Hello everyone, welcome to Sade's Tarot Time. So today, guys, I'm so excited to be doing this reading, picking up where I left off on my Kardashian and Jenner series. I am doing Kendall Jenner. I am so excited about doing this reading for some reason on Kendall because she's so fucking mysterious. Have you guys noticed that? Like, no one does readings on Kendall. Like, they always go for Kylie, Kim, Chloe, or not even Courtney. Just usually Kylie, Kim, and Courtney, because those are the interesting ones, I guess. But Kendall to me is very interesting. Now, mind you guys, you know how I feel about Scorpios. She's a Scorpio, and I'm just like, yo, that makes sense that she like weaves in and out, of her family, and she doesn't like, she's always like not in the family photos, and I think that is so interesting. Like, she likes to keep her life very private. She's like the only, besides Courtney, like she's the only really private sister. Her and Courtney are the two most private sisters, but she's even more private than Courtney. And so if you guys want to, before we get started, if you want to book a personal reading with Chibitch, hit that link in the description below and get a reading from me, really detailed. So, So first, guys, I want to go ahead and get into the tea of Kendall Jenner. So I will not be pulling my cards for this. I'm strictly going to be pulling on her energy. I'm going to be pulling on her birth chart, which I will post up here, and pictures, of course, of what I'm talking about. Okay. So Kendall, if you guys didn't know, her birthday is November 3rd, 1995, which would make her a Scorpio. And like I said earlier, and her moon is in Aries, her Mercury is in Libra, her Venus is in Sag, her Mars is in Sag, and her rising is in Aries. So the first thing that I feel and I heard instantly, and it's not because she's a Scorpio, is that Kendall is very sexual. Like, she likes to have sex, but you wouldn't know that because she's super private. She's a lot more sexual than Kylie, which is interesting because Kylie is sexual. Like, Kylie has her moon in Scorpio, but Kendall likes to be a lot more dominant than Kylie, which I think is very interesting because Kendall to me has more of the laid back personality. She's the one that's a lot more chill than Kylie, and Kylie's just more in your face, very unapologetically in your face, but she's not like that right away because she's a Capricorn rising, so it takes her a minute. But when Kendall gets a little bit more Kendall's more in your face with her words, with her attitude. Kylie's more in your face with just like her personality. She's just big with her personality, and I think that's because of her sun in Leo. But Kendall, having her sun in Scorpio, she's a lot more reserved, a lot more quieter, and she's very observant. Like, she loves to sit back, and I kind of said this about Drake. I think this is like a Scorpio thing for sure, but she likes to observe people a lot, and she likes to observe the people that come around Kylie and come around her family, and she sees a lot of like the bullshit that her family goes through, and she kind of just like sits back and like laughs at them because they're like, she's like, wow, you guys are stupid, like, you're in this drama for what? Like, y'all, like, she doesn't like a lot of the drama her family gets into. She gets actually really embarrassed like at her family. Kendall's always gotten really embarrassed about her family. I'm not trying to say that she hates her family, she doesn't, but Kendall's just a lot more private. She's really private, and that's the first thing I feel from her, is that she's super private. And hopefully she don't block me because Scorpios feel it. I'm surprised Drake didn't block me. Anyways, so with her having that moon in Aries, she's a lot more in your face though, because with her, like, what she wants, how dominant she gets. But again, you wouldn't know that unless you meet her more in her element. When she is more in her element, that's when that Aries rising, because she's an Aries rising, I believe. Yes, she's an Aries rising. I don't know if I said she's an Aries rising, but that Aries rising comes out and that Aries moon comes out, but she's very choosy with her words with that Mercury and Libra. She's, like I said, very observant. She calculates a lot of what she does. Especially in her modeling career, I find it very interesting that people say that she only got her modeling career because of her family. That's actually really true, but some of it is true. But a lot of people that she would, like, a lot of the modeling casting calls that she would go to, a lot of people didn't like her look right away because she was too, like, I don't know, like, if you look at Kendall, she's got this very like dark and like menacing look a bit. Like, she's very like, Now she has that like very like Scorpio look, and she's like very tall and like, I'll put her pictures right here, but she's very tall and like lanky. And at first they like I feel like at that time when she was starting to model, really model, okay guys, really model, she because she would do things here and there where there were like little things, you know, even though she was a Jenner and she was a Kardashian, and they're like, oh, this could make us, you know, this could, you know, make us big in our clothing line. But people were afraid to take a risk on her, not only because of Kim, but because, you know, and Kim and her sex tape, but because Kendall, like I said, she stands, I don't know, like she stands very like lanky, and she like her look is like very like, it's like, I can't do it because I'm not a Scorpio, but it's like very like menacing. So they're like, ooh, that's too intense, like that's too intense. But she has that Aries, so like, girl, you need so a lot of times like Kendall had to start off like smiling and like being like very cutesy. Now we're starting to see Kendall get a little bit more into darker things, because that's becoming more of the mainstream. Now we want it because the world is moving a lot more darker, so the modeling industry is looking to pull on her more, because she's getting a lot more gigs. Guys, she makes tons of money, like, whew, all she has to do is just go, and they're like, oh yes, 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 give it to me, Kendall. And she's just like, wait, I can't do it, hold on. Like, that's all she does, like, you know. Or sometimes she's like, you know, like that's all she needs to do, and they're like, yes, billions of dollars, bitch, you know. Damn, I wish I could do that, but that's a part of being a Scorpio, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling like with her modeling career. It was really hard for her to break into the modeling industry when she first started, even though she has a big name, but because of her look, because they weren't ready for that. Now we see a lot more models looking a lot more darker, if you notice. So that's very interesting that I'm feeling that from Kendall's energy already. Like, that's her energy telling me that, like, that it was really hard for her to break into the industry, the modeling industry, to be taken seriously too, because of her family. Also, I'm feeling, like I said, that she is very private. She doesn't like people in her business, not even her family. Like, she will, if her family starts getting too much into her business, she'll like separate herself. She'll be like, no. Like, she'll tell them a few things, but she's like, no, like, you're not going to be in my business. And they're like, why? And she's like, because it's my business. Like, that's like always what I hear her saying, because it's my business. Like, why? Like, you guys tell your business. Why do I have to? Or a lot of times, like, they'll want her to come do photo shoots with them. That's why we don't see Kendall in a lot of the family photos, and I'll post them here, because she doesn't want the exposure. She just wants to be in the background. She wants to be like that person you're like, wait, wasn't there another sister? Like, wasn't there another Jenner? That's what she wants you guys to say, because she's just like, she doesn't like a lot of the antics that go on with her and her family. Like, she tries to separate her family. She tries to separate far from her family, because she doesn't want that being the reason people talk, you know. I actually love Kendall for this. She's one of my favorites. Like, I have been told that Kendall has a bitchy personality, which I will touch on. But by far, she's one of my favorites. So she's got that Venus and Mars and Sagittarius, which she is always doing things. She's always on the move. She's always going. You know, she doesn't like staying in relationships for too long, because she gets bored very fast. You know, she hates that. You know, once someone starts getting boring to her, she will like, bye, wipe them. Like, she'll wipe them clean. Like, even though she's a Scorpio, she's able to, with that Sagittarius energy and that Aries, she's able to pull away. Like, she's like, you're not benefiting me, so peace out. And I'm not trying to make her sound like, you know, she uses the guys she dates. No, she tries to date guys at her same level, because, you know, they're the only ones, one, that understand, and two, she doesn't like wasting her time, you know. So, you know, she keeps that very private. Like, I know she has a boyfriend right now, but we don't see much about them, you know, like we do with Kylie, like, and Travis Scott. Like, Kendall is like, I don't want that type of life. Like, I want to just be me and, you know, my modeling career. And she's very serious. I'm surprised this girl don't have Capricorn. Oh, she's got her Uranus and Neptune in Capricorn, and her midheaven. There we go. Yeah, very, very Capricorn of her. You know, like, I just want it to be about work. Now, to, you know, we want to know what is Kendall's personality like? Like, what's that about? You know, Kendall is someone that, at the same time as she's willing to detach, she's very possessive, and I think this comes from her Capricorn, you know, midheaven, Capricorn, you know, Uranus Uranus, Neptune. I'm gonna say Capricorn because that's the first thing that came to my mind, so I'm gonna go with it. But you know, she that Aries and Scorpio, you know, like she has a hard time making, you know, friends that Kylie doesn't take. Kylie, for the longest time, has taken a lot of what's Kendall's, and that's why Kendall tends to detach herself completely. Because from what I understand, Kendall was dating Travis first, you know, or they had something going on, and then Kylie went in on that, and then, well, before that, Jordan was Kendall's friend, like they were like best friends. And Kylie took that. So that's another reason why, like, she separates herself. She always feels like Kylie and Kendall always feel like they're like kind of at odds with each other. And I don't mean like in the limelight. Like in the limelight, they work really well together. That's not the problem. It's like with their inner circle. Like they're always competing, like for you know, the other person, but Kendall will back off, like eventually, like she's like, okay, like I'm over it, like because like I said, she gets bored easily, so like she'll back off. Like Kendall, she's like, Kylie, excuse me, she's like, Kylie, you can have them, you know, like I don't care. But then she'll be like pissed with Kylie for like days because she does have that Scorpio, but that Sag helps her to eventually let it go, you know. And then she's like, but you're my sister, so you know, I'm not gonna let some person come in between us, you know. They have this like weird like camaraderie, but they're like really good friends, but at the same time they're not. That makes sense. So I actually want to pull on Kendall and Kylie's relationship. I'm really curious about that. Yeah, so let's see. So guys, what I'm feeling like is definitely kind of, this is backing up what I said, but Kendall and Kylie, I got the Chariot card, but I pay attention to the two arrows. They're always at odds. Like they're always at odds, and then they're not, you know. It's over, I don't feel like it's over the limelight. I actually don't. I feel like that's the least of their worries, because Kylie has her own lane and Kendall has her thing. It's mainly with the people that are in their circle, like, you know, and the fact that I'm feeling this and there's things to back that up is crazy. But, you know, like, she's always at odds with Kylie when it comes to her friends, or when it comes to people that, you know, Kendall dates. You know, I'm not saying that Kylie always goes after the guys that Kendall dates, but Kylie has that, like, she has that, like, spoiled mentality. If I want it, I get it, you know. And Kendall is just like, what the fuck? Like, can I have, and I hear her saying, what the fuck? You know, like, I don't know if she talks like that. Like, I know how she speaks, but I just heard, what the fuck? What the fuck, Kylie? You know, like, you know, I just heard that. So it's like, I don't know. And Kylie's just like, what? You know, like, she's just like, I like them. Nine of Wands. Yeah, as I said, that Nine of Wands came out, which means, you know, in my how I see the Nine of Wands is somebody that gets defensive. Like, they're always defensive with each other too. They're always at odds. You know, they don't, I mean, that's a sister thing, right? But they're always at odds. They don't always get along. They actually fight more than they get along, which is very interesting. And they'll actually go, like, my eye pays attention to the 9. As I said, that the longest they've gone without talking has been 9 months, and I think that was around the time that Travis and Kylie got together, like, because Kendall was pissed. Like, what the fuck, Kylie? But they do have to work, they do work well together. They are always working well together. They got the Page of Pentacles, which is good. You know, that's a good card. But their relationship can be a bit immature, and it makes sense because they're both young. I feel like it will get better with time as Kylie and Kendall mature, but I feel like Kendall's always been the more, like, mature one. So I don't know which one's older. I think Kendall's older, but right guys, is Kendall older? I think she's older. So yeah, like, she's always been not just because she's older though, but because Kendall's an old soul. She likes old vintage things. She likes a lot of things. Like, she doesn't like super flashy things, like, you know, like Kylie likes. She likes things that are a lot more subtle, vintage, you know, like throwback. stuff like that. You know, she likes things that pertain to nostalgia, you know, and Kylie is more of the, oh, let me be flashy, let me be in the here and now, let me be in your face about my style. Kendall's a lot more chill and laid back. She might wear some things that are flashy, but if you notice, there's like a sleek elegance to Kendall. She goes for that very like 20s, like, you know, that old Hollywood look. If you look at her, like with certain things, like, you know, like Guess, like that whole Guess look. I don't know the guy's name from Guess. I don't know if Kendall's modeled for Guess. I have to look that up if she's modeled for Guess. But things like how those old vintage, you know, Guess ads used to look like, that's Kendall's style. And she likes a lot of throwbacky stuff, and that's something that, you know, it's a Capricorn. I think some of that Capricorn in her chart, like, I think Kylie's just been like, she kind of understands it, but since it's her rising sign, she's just like okay. Yeah, guys, they don't really talk a lot too. Like they congregate here and there, but you know, they're not really as close as we think they are. They're always like, yeah, the Magician in the reverse, King of Pentacles in the reverse. This could be Travis. He's a Taurus. Travis was the last straw that came in between Kendall and Kylie. They were having really bad problems before, but that was like the last straw. I'm not saying they hate each other, but they're definitely, that was like, I don't know if I can trust you now. Like, what the fuck? Like Kendall was just like really upset about that. Like when she did that. I don't think Kendall and Travis got close to like really dating, but they really liked each other, and Kylie and Travis started talking, and that just really pissed Kendall off, because, you know, Kylie always wants to take her friends. Kylie always wants her friends, and, you know, Kendall's just like, what the fuck, get your own friends. So that's why she hides a lot of her friends from Kendall. Not Kendall. That's why she hides a lot of her friends from Kylie. Because she got the 8 of Cups, as I said that. Yes, Kylie and Kendall have had to walk away from each other in certain things because fights, you know, hadn't gotten resolved. But they love each other, of course. But there's just that, like, we can't be in the same room together for too long because we're going to start arguing, or we're not going to see eye to eye on something, or, you know. And Kylie likes to do this thing too, where with their clothing line, Kendall and Kylie, she likes to do this thing where she takes control all the time, and Kendall likes to take control. So they're just like fighting, like, no, I want this, I want this, I want it like this, you know. And they both have that strong work mentality, they both have that like vision, and this is both their babies. So they're just like, they agree on a lot of things, but when they go at it, it's like, clear the room, like, oh god. I just see Kendall going, no, Kylie, no, Kylie, no. Yeah, as I said, that Page of Swords, yeah, they get into immature fights. Justice in the reverse just popped out. Wow, as I was saying that's crazy. Yeah, guys, that's what I'm pulling on Kendall and Kylie. That's really interesting. Actually, I want to pull on her relationship. I'm curious. Relationship, please. Can I know about Kendall's relationship? Who's she with? Who's this dude? I forgot. Okay, so supposedly, guys, she is dating Ben Simmons, who is a basketball player. No shock there. They love dating basketball players. Besides Kylie, she dates rappers. And Courtney. Courtney doesn't date black guys. Aww. Oh, so the thing that I'm pulling that Kendall loves about Ben is that he's really romantic and he's very, like, sexual, which makes sense because, you know, she's sexual and he's sexual, and they both have their Mars in a very, like, free, loving type of energy. And I don't mean like they open up their relationship, because Kendall ain't for that, you know, but Ben, he would be down. But they mesh really well because she is a Scorpio and he's a Cancer. I sometimes don't think this could work, but it depends on the chart, and I'm seeing it works because his sun is in Cancer, but he's got that Venus and Mars in Gemini, and she has her Venus and her Mars in Sagittarius, and that's a very good comparison. I'm feeling like, you know, Kendall isn't so quick to, like, when people say things, like, she's not quick to clap back. Normally she doesn't like to give things like her attention. Like if they're out, she won't really say things, but Ben will say something. He's like, yo, like what was that? Like I hear him go, yo, what was that? You know? And she's actually told him, don't even pay attention to that. Like don't just stop giving it attention. Kendall likes to keep her head down, keep moving. The Hierophant. They're together, but I wouldn't say that they're super committed. And what's telling me that is the Hierophant is in the reverse. They kind of got a fling going on. They're not super duper serious like people might think. Because like I said, Kendall gets bored. Death card in the reverse. But they definitely are still messing with each other. Yeah, there's definitely something going on, but he's romantic, but I'm seeing it's about to come to an end though. I am feeling like they're gonna break up. Like Ben is gonna do something. He's gonna cheat on her, or they're gonna break up, or something's gonna happen. Kylie might take him. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, something's gonna happen though. They're not gonna be together for that long, but what's telling me that they're still together is the Death card in the reverse and the Knight of Wands. And the Hierophant is in the reverse, saying that they're not super committed. Ben's not really the super committal type anyway. Kendall isn't either. Surprisingly, Kendall isn't either. She's not very quick like Kylie is to get in relationships. She's just like, okay, like she can have flings. Kendall can have flings. Like she prefer not to, but she can do it if she wants to. And she has. She just doesn't want. She'd prefer not to. Guys, so I was going to pull on more stuff about her, but I think I'm going to end the video right here. If you guys would like a part 2, just let me know. I'm going to start asking that at the end of my videos. Eventually, guys, the ones that I haven't done a part 2 to, I will. I just have other videos I want to get out, you know what I mean? So guys, thank you so much for being so patient with me. Again, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, with ya bitch, as I say, make sure you hit that link in the description below. Comment below, let me know what you guys think of this video, what you think about Kendall, what you thought about what I said about Kendall and Kylie now, huh? The tea. So just let me know, guys, what you think. Once again, this was Sade's Tarot Tea. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light, guys. Bye.